What's nicking? This is the best interview I've ever had in my life. Thank you.
You recently.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Welcome and happy holidays from two. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
It sure has. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Bridges out there with Devontae Graham. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. And for Boston, there's Boucher out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sport.
Oh, impressive ball handling from Tatum. I mean, attracts the other team's focus and then finds the open man.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Now here's Graham. A 24-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor. And
the Celtics with possession here. Denver getting their last shot to go. Here's Conley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Now that's the grit and grind mentality of Conley. He excels at taking challenges head on.
Here's Bridges. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Utah. Graham kicks to Middleton. Here's the three. Doesn't go for him. So the Celtics will take it the other way. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
I mean, who knows? If you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
Here's Middleton. Steven Adams making his last shot. Middleton the pass to Adebayo. Count it.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
Outside Tatum. Here's Adams. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Launches a three. Good on the triple. Graham's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Conley the pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. The putback. No good on that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Well, they certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Conley against Graham. Lets it go from 11. And Adebayo sends it back. Graham dishes to Middleton. Back to Graham. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. 8 points for him.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Conley finds Boucher.
2 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
32 seconds left to play here in the first. Conley gets the bucket.
This is why you have to be right on Conley, because he's a threat to shoot off the pass.
Here's Middleton. Now the pass to Adebayo. Denver passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Bridges. Second chance shot. Powell with the steal. Here's the break. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 7.
Oh, I love the intensity Conley plays with. It's what allows him to overcome aggressive defense like that right there.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Adebayo. Devontae Graham is out there with Bridges. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Vanderbilt in at power forward.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And here is Graham. He's got 8. And Adebayo throws it down.
With strong athleticism, Adebayo can finish just about any lob with his large catch radius.
Pass to Conley. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
He's so tricky, unpredictable. You never know what Conley is going to do in the screen and roll.
And making an immediate impact in this league, Graham was a tremendous find in the second round.
Yeah, the 34th pick in 2018. Some scouts felt he had a low ceiling, but someone who never loses confidence because he's had to prove himself at every level. That makes you battle-tested, and it prepares you to affect winning.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And when talking about Tatum, it's hard not to think back to 2017 when Danny Ainge traded back to 3, essentially choosing him over Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, and now Fultz is starting to pick it up a little bit, though. Watch him. He's going to be dynamic. But you're right. Certain deals can define a franchise. And Ainge, he's unafraid to take chances.
That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket for Middleton. Celtics have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Powell kicks to Boucher. Graham against Conley. It's deflected. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Adebayo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
An outstanding athlete for a player of his huge build. Adebayo will bang and bump with the best of them.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Powell kicks to Boucher. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Middleton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And G.A. Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. And I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Tatum passes to Boucher. Stolen by Middleton. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Vanderbilt's shot is good.
Timeout, timeout.
Vanderbilt's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
This young man has worked on his form. Tatum was a decent outside shooter in college, but lethal here as a pro.
Now Graham fires from 18, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Graham's got 7 now in this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It was a big-time first quarter for Devontae Graham. He ended up with 15. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Devontae Graham, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
We've got Conley. There's Boucher out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Tatum in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Outside Conley. Stripped away. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Vanderbilt. Plays it in off the breakaway. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Powell, the pass to Conley. Powell with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. And it's good for 2. Denver leading by 9. Bridges passes to Vanderbilt. And stolen by Tatum. Now here's Powell. Over Bridges. The shot by Powell, no good.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And it really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness. And it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Conley finds Boucher. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
In last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
In terms of acquiring the types of players you like, Greg, which front offices have you evaluated that really lead the way?
It's a great question. You know, I think coming off the dynasty, and if you ask Golden State, they'll tell you they're still in the midst of it. I think they do a terrific job. The Celtics are right at the top, too, though. Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens are in sync with what they do and how they develop players, but also how they find those diamonds in the rough. And let's give a shout-out to Toronto with what they've done over the last 5 or 6 years. They've created a level of excellence there that has them on the same path as some of the best teams in our league.
A lot of good GMs out there. Danny Ainge of Boston, you talked about them, probably one of the best. Out to Conley. Back to Tatum. To the middle. Here's Adams, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Denver. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And so Adams nails both of them. And so Graham will bring it up for Denver. They've led by as many as 11 points. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And nothing fancy really about that play. That's just good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
And stolen by Graham. Bridges against Conley. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Adams. 8 points for him. Outside Conley. Pass to Tatum. Adams trying to free himself up. And Adams with the slam.
I have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Here's Graham. Rebound Boston. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And the dunk by Powell.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And we've reached the end of the third. Nuggets lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Bridges. He's out there with Devontae Graham. Chris Middleton is out there with Adebayo. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4.
And this is too easy for Adebayo. Once he's close to the rim, he is going to damage it.
Here's Conley. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Middleton the pass to Adebayo. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
A massive energy force. Adams is about 270, and that's all nasty. Very hard to contain, and he draws a lot of fouls.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Middleton looking it over.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
He's played with a doggedness and determination. That's how you end up with double-digit boards.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Graham with the bounce pass. Another 3 for Denver.
and perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Denver leading by 3. Eight feet away, and it's Denver scoring again.
This guy is a silky smooth operator on offense. Middleton can score effectively on all 3 levels.
Tatum down low. Defended by Middleton. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Here's Graham, and the dunk by Graham.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Tatum gets the bucket.
And we talk about Tatum's demeanor, even kill, focus. That's the guy you're going to take in big shots.
Here's Graham. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
Here's Tatum. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. .105 left to play here in the 4th. Tatum against Middleton. 6 to shoot. No one near Conley as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark. Nuggets have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Here's Graham. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Devontae Graham.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that.
Tatum has a good feel for catching defenders off balance. I mean, we'll see what he can do at the line.
And so Tatum nails them both. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th. Vanderbilt's shot is good. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 7. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Eight-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Conley, the pass to Adams. The 3 from Tatum. And it's Denver with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Graham against Conley. And here is Graham. So we see Denver get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well.